You are now tuned in to Peach State TV, where any gym is home. www.peachstatehoops.com. Enjoy the show. As you can see here in this first clip at position camp, we're just working on getting up some jumpers. Quick, put the ball out to yourself, take one bounce, and get somewhere, and then get your shot up. Let me see, the biggest thing we're talking about, you can see Sean Smith right here actually talking, teaching, and instructing, wanting to square and get our body balanced. You can see now we've changed drills, making good passes, trying to get square, and then attacking the rim. You can actually see right here Christina Nelson with the rip through to attack the rim, floor, catch, finish it high. And the biggest thing we talk about in here is just footwork once again. Obviously wanting to stay square and balanced, but explode with that first step. Get the ball high to your chin there once you put the ball on the floor, and then finish. Just the ability to be able to make layups off the move. Obviously there's no contact, no defender there. So when you talk about adding a defender, you see Brianna Day right there, finished out of North Carolina, top 20 prospect in 2013. You've got to be able to make layups and be able to finish there around the rim in order to win basketball games. I think as a staff, we were really pleased with the talent and the turnout that we had. You can see right here Kareem Spear actually coaching on this basket. Once again, just talking, teaching. The biggest thing is we always want to make sure that we're showing the kids, next level stuff, always trying to help them improve. Here we're getting a curl cut now. You can actually see the cone. You're attacking, coming right off this Mariah Massengale out of Tennessee, point guard 2013. Tierra Poland is there out of Alabama. So we had some really good kids on hand, we thought. And you can see them really working. Simone Ball, unsigned senior, catch, finish. We just did an evaluation with her last week. Now you can see the same thing, still using the cone, but this time as opposed to coming off of it and curling, we're actually going to flare there off of it and fade backwards. We talk about hitting right there, reading, catching, getting your feet underneath you, and then being able to knock down the jumper from there. Once again, everything we're talking about in this whole clip is just the ability, as you see Jesse Ward out of Clarksville, Tennessee, be able to knock that down. Got to be one of the better shooters in 2012. But the ability to get your feet underneath you and still be able to knock down the jumper, even though you're going backwards, so to speak, be able to get your feet back and then land 6 inches closer. So we're getting good work in here, working on the flare after we've worked on the curl cut. Transitioning in now, coming right up to the top, and then we're coming off good. You can see it there. We're hitting with the same kind of feel there. Sprint up. Read, not there, flare off of it, get a good hard dribble push there from the person with the basketball to be able to attack the rim. You see Makia Jones finish right there out of North Carolina. Taylor Tate right there, who's now out of actually Durham area, North Carolina, was in Beaufort last year, has since moved. So you're seeing some of the top players in their respective classes regionally be able to get underneath. Sharon Sanders there with the jumper out of Alabama, 2012 kid. And the hardest part with everything we did here in this first session of drill work, we actually go through 2 drill sets before we get into some of our 3-on-3 and subsequent gameplay later on, is being able to finish with your feet underneath. Kiana Farmer here out of Alabama, 2013, very, very talented, both athletically and skill-wise. You see her finish there with her left hand. Now you can see us change it a little bit. We start talking a little post work here. You see Nelson, quick flash. Now we're talking about actually a pivot coming off this cone. It's a little different. You can see her watching, going through the footwork here. Little reverse pivot, just wanted to catch and finish. Obviously, we'll talk a little bit more about some footwork in a minute as the drill goes on. You can see me actually instructing her, having her to go through it again to make sure that we get it correctly. Big there, elbow out, chin, one tough dribble. She does a great job of finishing around the rim. And the biggest thing in this drill even, you look at the footwork and just constantly challenging the players involved to make sure that they're getting the footwork right. As you can see Brianna Day, who we mentioned in an earlier clip. Now you're actually watching me talk to an instructor right now on how to come off here. Boom, sprint, new drill. Now we're going to the short corner. So you'll watch me go through it again, get to the cone. This time, instead of the reverse pivot, now we're making a tough sprint to the short corner, immediately catching it and shooting it. So a dive there from the free throw line, immediate to short corner to be able to knock it down. You'll see it here. Good. We're actually going to let Jordan Whiteside finish there. She actually was the last person to go, and then we'll move on and transition into the short corner sprint. She comes in, you see her, good footwork there, catch it. It's important. She's actually a bigger wing player out of North Carolina, but she's going to see sometimes, obviously, where you're looking at her playing some posts. You want her to have that footwork. Karan Brown there out of Mays, 2012 grad, you see with the nice jumper there. Dariah Drummond, another kid kind of like Whiteside, is more of a perimeter-based kid, but has some four-player in her, so you want to make sure you're taking advantage of that. Kalia Mitchell there, 2013, plays with the Georgia Hoop Stars in the summertime, was out there with us. Just really good talent on hand, and then, like I said, just trying to work with them on footwork and making sure that it's correct and that we get as many reps in as we can.
Left hand pass, Brown. Left hand pass. Good.
Change the drills again. Now you see us getting a little 3-on-3 like we talked about here in the gap. Kick out Lexi Brown, looking to make that pass. The biggest thing in this particular drill for us is just learning, being creative, but a situation where we actually play a cutthroat style. As you can see, the defense now come on the switch. Destiny Gibbs, 2012, knocked that jumper down. But we play for about 25 minutes in a clip where we'll rotate baskets just to get some different shots in. You see this same clip here, still working. Mason Jeffries trying to turn the corner, pitching it out to Raven Wright. So you can actually see us getting defensive transitions here, good defensive rotations, continuing to constantly work. Another good move there by Gibbs as she puts it in.